Yes, good afternoon. Well, it's not a good afternoon, but Tottenham Hotspur have lost 2-1 to Wolves. You've got to say, listen, first of all, welcome to everyone. Welcome to everyone. Our post-match reaction show. We'll be getting some guests on to discuss. You've got to say, no one can say that Wolves didn't deserve that. They were the only team that attacked. Sorry, let me sort out my camera now that the game has finished. Let me go a little bit more so I'm not having to look at the TV. You've got to say Wolves are the only team that really, really wanted to win that game. A good opening 5 minutes, Perchy, and then I thought again it was just horrible. Defense or no defense, we're going to blame the defense for sure. People will, but the midfield, the forwards, the whole thing looked awful today. Looked awful.
Yeah, no, mate. Listen, me and you, we were obviously doing the watch along, and it just felt constantly how it was. It had the hallmarks of Chelsea on the Monday, but it just felt elongated in a sense. It was how long, when are Wolves going to score? Because they had chance after chance after chance, and we did nothing. We did nothing, and I thought people will sit there and go, "Well, we've got injuries." Yeah, but I'll be honest. Ben Davis came in for an injured Van de Ven. Ben Davis was our best player, I thought, today. So before people want to jump straight on the defence, wasn't the problem, I thought. I thought the midfield was awful. I thought the attackers, I thought Son had one of his worst games. I've seen him in a Tottenham shirt. Not just this season, in general. I thought he was awful today. Did nothing. Johnson was on the wrong side of the pitch for me. Kulusevski, for me, felt exactly the same. Kulusevski felt exactly the same as always. Slowed the game up. Listen, it's a defeat. It's not good. But I felt like, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I felt like this was coming. I felt like we were getting away with it far too long. And then a result like this was coming.
Yeah, look, I just thought it was horrible. I thought the first goal was good. Again, I love it. Was very similar to Chelsea. A good start, got the early goal, and you're thinking, go on. And it's almost like everyone keeps telling me that Postecoglou's given them this mindset that we attack, we go forward. We keep scoring a goal and then losing our way.
Yeah.
We keep talking like this mindset has changed, but we've played Chelsea and completely lost our heads in the first half. Then people are trying to convince me that what he did in the second half was good for the mentality in this game. We've gone 1-0 up in this game and then completely gone to pot with Wolves. Wolves had 9 shots in between our goal and our second shot of the game. Wolves had 9 shots. And then in the second half, chance after chance, not able to get behind us. I don't see that anything's changed from a mentality perspective. I think what's happened, I'm gonna call it out. A lot of people won't like me for this, but I think everyone in my chat knows that it doesn't matter, right? I think what's happened here is I think we've beaten a lot of the poorer teams and got very, very, very carried away and very excited. Now you've played Chelsea, who aren't a poor team. You've played Wolves, who aren't a poor team. You've then got Villa and Man City coming up, who aren't poor teams. This is the difference. Yes, we did well in the derby versus Arsenal. Other than that, I think everyone is getting massively, massively carried away. I've said this. Keep your feet on the ground. We're going to lose games. But that performance, it's not that we lost. That performance was it would have been a classic smash and grab. Please smash the like button. Let's get the likes up as quickly as possible. As more and more people join us, smash the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But Perchy, we can't do that every game.
I'll be honest, mate. And one of the fears that I did have, one of the big fears I did have was we lose today. And I said it on the pre-show before we did it. The pre-show, right? Where's our next win coming? Guys, I think this is a daunting reality where we've got to look at and go, I hear all this from people, all of this from everyone going, Oh, we always beat Man City. We always get a result against Man City. I think we need to get out of cuckoo land now. Not in a disrespectful term, I mean it. We need to sit back and go, if that was Man City today, Savva, if that was Man City today, what was the scoreline be? Be honest here.
Mate, listen, look, Perchy, I'm so scared of playing Man City. I said before these players got injured, I think Man City will get in behind Romero and Van der Ven time and time again. Now, without Van der Ven and Romero, I just think they're going to absolutely slaughter us. This is a Wolves team. This is a Wolves team that struggle to score goals. And again, if you actually look, depending on the app you want to use, Perchy, right? Depending on the app you want to use, right? Wolves, according to my app, have had 18 goal attempts to our 6. Now, yes, I know we're missing some players, but everyone gasses up Brennan Johnson, Stun, Kulusevski, Bentancur, Bissouma, Sarr, Porro. All of these players played. We didn't create. I mean, the second half, we created, I think Brennan Johnson had a snapshot. And Lo Celso had a shot that was tipped over the bar. Other than that, we don't create. There was nothing created there.
Yeah, it's a real worry for me. A genuine worry for me. We don't, and we just said it, by the way, we just said it on the watch on right at the end. I've been saying this for absolutely ages. We don't do much without James Maddison. And our fan base need to sit back. Our fan base need to sit back and smell the coffee here. Because genuinely, without James Maddison, this is going to be a torturous 2 months. And I'm not going over the top about it. I genuinely think this is a worry for me. I didn't see us create anything barring a good ball into the box from Pedro Porro. Let's be honest. I think we even had that opportunity by Bentancur when it was at 1-0 to go 2-0 up. Pass wasn't great into I can't remember who it was into. Was it into Johnson? Maybe, I can't remember. And he fluffs the shot, and you go, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like, it worries me. I just think we didn't look good at all today. And I said the watch along weren't good.
Perchy, do you know what? Listen, as I've always said this as quite a level-headed Spurs fan. We're going to lose games. Yeah?
Yeah.
But for me, it's not that we lost. I said I thought we'd lose today. Didn't I? I predicted in our scores we did yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
Spurs, I think Spurs will lose this game. And I said, I'll bite your hand off for a point. You've got hundreds of people coming into my show last night going, "You're negative, we want the win." I'm like, yeah, I'm negative. I want the win. But that's what we saw. For me, this is an accumulation for me. And big up Mari. Big up if everyone hasn't please subscribe to Tottenham Away. For me, this is an accumulation of Spurs haven't played well for a very long time now. I'm going to look at our games, Perchy, right? If we look at our games, right? Tell me which one of these we played well in. Today, did we play well?
No.
Chelsea?
No.
Crystal Palace?
Nope.
Fulham?
Not really?
I would say hit and miss against Fulham.
Yeah, hit and miss. Yeah, we were okay against Fulham. No,
we were a good 20 minutes and then awful.
We were awful against
Liverpool.
In my opinion.
Liverpool,
but Liverpool, we got away with it. We weren't great at all. I think if it was 11 men for the whole game, we lose the game.
I mean, Arsenal, I thought we played well. And the game before that was Sheffield United, where I thought we were poor as well. Yeah. I think what's happened here, and I know people don't want to critical think. I know that everyone just wants to get carried away. What's happened here, I think we've beaten some poor teams. And on the back of that, everyone's gone, this is different. We're amazing. We're playing great football. I don't think we are. With or without the injured players, I don't think we're playing this football everyone thinks. I think we look very lackadaisical, if I'm honest.
As I say all along, I say this all the time, and people hate it when I said it, was the only time where we've longer than 45 minutes that I think that we've played, that we've been the better team for more than 45 minutes is against Burnley. I don't think we were the better team against the majority of them, any team at the moment this season. And we've got away, and as you mentioned, we've got away with it against the poorer sides in the league. I put that up when we had these massive debates a few weeks ago about, but let people dream. Fine. I've got no problems with people wanting to dream and all that lot, but let's put the realities on the case on. We played, when it was at 10 games, we played 7 of the bottom 10. 7. 3 of the top 10. And I said all along what people needed to understand. I said, the second we start playing the better teams, we're going to struggle. We've not even done that yet. The last 3 games, we haven't played the top half. We played the bottom half. Now we're going to start doing it.
Well, look, let's break the game down. Before we do, let's go to Kevin K. Big up Kevin, who has said this is on Levy. The squad depth is disgraceful. Look, okay, I'm Levy out. But what we can't do now is all week, not you, Kevin, I'm not saying you, all week, Ange is a genius. Don't worry, we've got Ange. He's different. He attacks. We'll outscore teams. Then when we lose, it's Levy out. And that's coming. That's coming. It's an owl. It's a cartoon owl. My dog is growling at a cartoon owl on the TV. It's ridiculous. Right? Then, we can't do that. I'm Levy out, and I'm saying that. We can't do this, Perchy. We already saw Danny Kiriakou do it, and we've got him on to defend his opinion tomorrow night for the Spurs review.
Yeah.
We can't do this thing where we go, Davis. Davis was good today. Davis was good today. I thought let's break the game down. Talk me through the first goal. I thought we started brilliantly.
First goal, scored in the second or third minute, or whatever it was. I thought we came out like a house on fire. I thought Kulu, great bit of footwork, by the way, to play in Porro, whips it in, great goal. Brennan Johnson gets his first goal for the club. And I said it again. It was like watching the Chelsea game on Monday night. Go and get the second goal whilst we're in the ascendancy. And we didn't. And it feels like a real pattern of this football club at the moment. It's really starting to grind on me because we start up here, then we slow down until the period where Wolves are running at us, causing problems. And they haven't got the quality in the final third that other clubs do. And you just sat back and we kept saying it. If Wolves could finish their dinner, this game's out of sight. We kept saying it on the stream. And it just felt, can we see this out? Can we see this out? Didn't look like it. Didn't feel like we could see it out. And then, boom, it just imploded. And we didn't even need to do much. And that's the biggest problem. Big up Barry, by the way. Big up to you, mate. It felt like Tottenham all over again for me. Barry, what do you think, mate?
I think we played well for 3 minutes. And, and that was about it.
Again, I'll tell you what, it's like my sex life. Honestly, this is like my sex life. I put in a good opening 3 minutes, and after that, I'm old and tired, and I can't wait for it to end.
I'm old and tired.
I think
that's what your missus feels like as well. Oh, I can't wait for this to finish.
Yeah. I wish he'd just score. Come on, you know what I mean? Barry, that is the problem. Are we getting to the point now where people are in denial about the way Spurs play? Because for many weeks now, I have not seen us play this Ange ball that apparently we're meant to be playing. I know I'm going to get stick for this. I know that people like the HOTSPUR hippie who can see no wrong in Ange, that was disgusting. Whatever those tactics were, whatever we were meant to be doing there was off. Was off completely.
Yeah, look, I think, look, for me, I think Sarr coming off, it should have been Hojbjerg. Look, I thought Lo Celso put in a shift, Brian Hill, all these people, I call him out, Dave Harris, Hill Messi, stop with this nonsense, mate, because he is nowhere, he's not even fit to lace his
so what did he call him?
Up. He calls him Hill Messi.
Oh, get out. It's an absolute disrespect to one of the greatest football players.
Look, and I think Son was anonymous, but I'm sure we'll get told he was the best player on the pitch. I think, look, with our defence, look, what do we expect? I mean, look, to give Ben Davis his dues, you know, he was he was
man of the match.
And he was man of the match, and they gave him man of the match, and then we go and concede 2 goals, which is Tottenham all over. And look, for everyone thinking that there's like a meltdown, there's no meltdown. The meltdown's going to come with all these people that are Dan THFC or Mr. M Dizzy or whatever. Go on the football terrace and tell everyone we're going to win the league.
Yeah,
embarrass yourself again. You need to stop this. Fans need to stop this, right? Because we're going into the next 5 games. Genuinely, I don't think we win any of them. Genuinely. I mean, look,
Barry,
let me
tell you, Barry, right? So in Tottenham's last few games, this is what I'm told. But by the way, I like Postecoglou. My whole point of this isn't that, oh my God, nothing's changed, we're going to be awful. My whole point is when people are getting so carried away that you can't criticize the manager, that we're winning titles, that this is different. My point is take a step back. We're 12 games into his tenure. This is going to take a couple of years to sort this out. But it's the people telling me we're doing it now. Right, today against Wolves, right? Today against Wolves, Tottenham had 2 shots on target, right? Tottenham against Chelsea, right?
Yep.
Had 3 shots on target, right? Tottenham against Palace. Tottenham had 1 shot on goal in the entire game. In the entire game, we had 1 shot on target. Like, we can't keep burying our head in the sands and saying every game before we're going to win 3-0 today. We're going to score 4 goals today. Because this is now, if I'm brutally honest with you guys, this is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games since we scored 5 against Burnley that we struggle to score goals. We struggle to score goals. Luton, we struggled to get that 1 goal. Fulham, I thought we battered them first 15 minutes, then got a goal. Palace, we struggled to score goals. Today, we struggled to score. Chelsea, we struggled. What are people seeing that I'm not? Or is this just new manager bounce hype from everybody, and especially the you don't understand Ange crew?
Look, I think, for me, the new manager bounce is normally 2 or 3 games, right? I'm not going on that it was 10 games or whatever it was, right? That was him, coming into the team and everything else. To see, like Anne said, there's going to be bumps in the road, but like I've been saying since the start of the season, Arsenal and Burnley aside, I don't think we've been playing well, and that goes to show. That goes to show in the results. That goes to show in the performances. I just think that we just need to be, in the chat. I can't remember who it was. So it was someone said we didn't throw away Monday's game. Yes, we did. Romero and Udogie doing what they did. You're telling me they didn't throw that away? Of course they did, because we lost our heads. I think this goes back to Mourinho, when Mourinho was saying these players, or a group of these players who are still here, don't have it up there. This is the problem. They don't know when to keep control of the game. They don't know when to to manage the game effectively. And it's happening again. Positives from today. Bentancur looked like, that he came in and he calmed things down a little bit. But I just don't see where this group of players with no Maddison in that midfield. It's going to be a tough December.
But before you do, Perchy, can we just get some likes? We've got 89 likes from 400 people in here. Keep smashing the likes, and please subscribe to the channel. By the way, Everton won, Palace won the goals in the Premier League.
The early goals
Eze has just scored an equaliser, 2 goals in 5 minutes in that game. So we're looking at a classic down at Selhurst Park. Sorry, Perchy, as you were, mate. As you were.
I was just going to say, I just wanted to spell a myth that I keep seeing in the chat. It's really starting here. we don't have the defenders. Sorry, I need to. I watched the same game as all of you lot did. I can't have them blame the defenders the reason we lost the game. We lost the game because we couldn't score goals. That was the reason we lost the game. This is a Wolves team that don't score many goals. And we decided not to attack after going 1-0 up. As I think, Savva, you put up a great stat. With the Wolves had 9 shots on target before we next had a shot from when we scored the goal. Tottenham HOTSPUR.
What did you say, Savva? You said we had 3 shots on target. One of them was the Celso in the 87th minute or something. So there was one at the start, one at the end. I don't remember the one in the middle.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Look, people in the chat, let us know. Listen, for me, it's not about, oh my God, a meltdown, we've lost again. I just think that I really do hope now that we can calm down in shows. I hope we can calm down with all the comments that I receive and that Perchy receives and that all the YouTubers receive. Anyone that dares to criticize, I hope all these comments can stop with the, if you don't understand what Postecoglou is doing, this kind of chat, because from what I've seen today no mentality's changed.
Nope.
There was no composure in midfield at all. I'll be honest, I thought Bissouma and Hojbjerg were awful. I thought both of them, so I'm going to group them in. Just because I like Bissouma and I don't like Hojbjerg doesn't mean I won't be critical of both. Both of them do a good thing in winning the ball and then give it away immediately.
Yeah.
Sarr for me, I've been really underwhelmed for 4 or 5 games now where everyone I think is giving him a pass because he's 20. For me now, I think you've got to start mixing it up. I think you've got to see a Lo Celso in there. You've got to see a Bentancur in there. I think people have started to work out that midfield. I do. And I think what's shown today, Barry, I think most people, sensible people knew, if you take Maddison out of that team, this style of football apparently that we play doesn't work without him creating. There was zero creativity on that pitch today. Nothing.
Yeah, and that is the issue. Not only have we've got no creativity, we've got Dier and Davis. So Dier, who he doesn't want to sign a contract. We don't want him to sign a contract. We want to, we need to, get him out. Davis again has been here forever. You're playing Emerson Royale, who you know how much I love the guy, but he's not a left back, right? And Porro, who can't defend. How many times do we have to talk about Porro not defending? I would much rather put Emerson at right back, put Porro on the right wing, and move Kulu either over to the left or in the middle where Maddison was for the moment, because he's not a right winger. Because like you were saying earlier, both him and Johnson, we all know what's going to happen. They're going to turn inside. They're going to be inverted. And I mean, I saw some craziness like, oh, Porro was man of the match. What? Because he had an assist.
Wait, what? Sorry, no one said Porro's man of the match.
I saw it on We Are Tottenham TV. So someone put saying Porro was man of the match. But look,
he's terrible.
I just think that now is the chance. So we've got a Doji back, right, for Villa. He's not been picked for Italy, so we've got that. I would like to just see us do something different. We know Emerson can defend better than Porro. We're leaking goals, and we need to try and do something. You saw what happened with the overlap for the goal. Porro on the overlap, bang. Why can't Porro just stay up there on the right-hand side and drive at defenders? Drive at these players.
Would you almost like to see at this stage Royal at right back with Porro, the man in front of him in terms of where Kulu is playing?
I was saying this last season. I was saying it would be perfect for what we have now. We can't do anything. We can't do anything until January. We couldn't do anything after the summer, after January last time until the summer. We just need to try and find a way to get down those wings because we're just so predictable going forward, and it's not hard for teams to snuff out this. I mean, look,
Barry, why doesn't Brennan Johnson ever get a goal on the right? Every time you're watching Spurs now, Johnson's cutting in because he's right-footed. Kulu's cutting in. And the number of times when you're thinking, drive at them. Like there was that time in that second half, wasn't there, where, again, Kulu, and I shouted it out. I went, you've got grass to run into. Go, go. gets it. He wants so many touches. A top competent winger, whether they go inside or outside, needs 2 touches. Control, go. Kulu, touch. And people go, oh, but his work rate, he holds the ball up. Oh, my God. We're not dangerous in attack.
That's fine if his work rate's there, but then there's the added bit that if he's a winger, that he's doing the other bit, right? We can't just overlook it. Like with Porro, yes, he went up and got the overlap and got the assist, but we can't overlook that he can't defend. We can't just sit there and say, oh, well, he's done all right, so let's give him a free pass.
No, I think. Do you know what? I think this is a good point. This is it. I'm just seeing people.
Robbie, who is blaming Ange?
I was just about to say that.
Hang on, I'll blame Ange for certain things. I don't mind being that guy. I hate this notion. Who said that? I hate the notion.
Yeah, I'll put it up.
What time? I'll bring it up, Perchy. I hate this notion now that no one's allowed to criticize this manager. Why? We've just had a game there where manage the game out, see the game out, right? Chelsea, we're winning. Keep composed. I'm sorry, this guy. The last couple of games, I'm asking questions because that's what we do. Listen. This isn't unique to Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah,
Perchy, I said to you before the game, who's the best manager in world football? You answer Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola, every time City don't win, is absolutely criticised from pillar to post. Pep did this, Pep overthought, Pep changed this, Pep didn't play this plan, right? But now we're not allowed to say anything about Postecoglou over anything. I don't understand why not.
And I want to make a point on this. And when this is what annoys me here, and Robbie, I'm going to call you out on this one, because the same people that if this was an Ange Postecoglou, you would be going absolutely crazy if this was Jose Mourinho or Antonio Conte. I didn't like either of those managers, and I called out. I can't be then a hypocrite and say the manager got it wrong. He got it wrong today. That's okay. Doesn't mean you don't have to not like the manager. It doesn't mean that you dislike the manager. It doesn't mean that. But we have to be critical. Otherwise, rival fans then look at us and go, oh, what? They're happy now with another defeat. Oh, they're happy with another defeat. So the manager has to be blamed if the manager does something wrong. Otherwise, as I say, you're a hypocrite for not thinking that. And I just wanted to...
Go on, Perchy, sorry.
No. I was just going to say, there was another comment that just said about, but you can't blame Ange. He said about 4 or 5 years and all this. I agreed with that. But when people came in me and had a go at me and Savva specifically, going, you're negative because you don't think we're going to win a league. Today has proven that we're nowhere near winning a league, let alone even challenging.
And if the people come in and go, oh, well, Man City lost to Wolves, because that'll be the narrative.
Yeah, that'll be the next one.
Yeah, but when at the end of the season... Hang on. Yeah. At the end of the season, when Man City are doing this with the trophy, they won't care.
Yeah.
No. Exactly. I think. Look, for me, the next 5 games, it's a free hit. So why does Phillips not play? Why does Dorrington not play?
I agree.
Hang on.
Where was Jamie Donnelly?
Yeah.
Why can't we get 15 minutes from Jamie Donnelly? Try something. I'll tell you why I'm frustrated, Barry. Is every single... Hang on.
Right, you say you're frustrated in a minute.
Hang on.
Brian Hill, yeah, exactly. Sorry. Jamie Donnelly sat on the bench. Brian Hill, who is not a Premier League footballer, gets 20 minutes, and all I saw him do was get blown over. All right, he got taken out maybe. Yeah. I wasn't really paying much attention. But come on, he did nothing in the 20 minutes. Everyone's saying, give Brian Hill a chance. Let's see what he can do. He's done nothing again, people. Lo Celso managed to do more than him. And Lo Celso, everyone wants out of the club. So, look, I just think that for the next 5 games, get Phillips in, get Dorrington in. Hojbjerg we want to get rid of anyway, but we're still playing them. This is sentimental FC. Yet again, play them so we can put them in the window.
Hang on.
I mean, I don't really understand.
He got man of the match, Mo.
Ben Davis.
Why are we blaming Ben Davis? Ben Davis was man of the match. Listen,
Yeah, agreed.
We've turned into this fan base. We've turned into this fan base again where we're not allowed to criticize anything. This is ridiculous. Can we all acknowledge there is a lot of work for Ange Postecoglou to do here?
Yes.
Right? We all acknowledge that. Yes. Right? But we all acknowledge that whoever the manager of your club is allowed to be criticized. Whoever the players of your club are allowed to be criticized. For me, I think he got it. We said it at the beginning of the game, Perchy. That team looks like it was a team that was designed to kind of roll over. It did during the game. We had a lot of pointless possession in our own half that we did nothing with. We didn't try. I keep hearing we're going to out-attack teams. We don't. I keep hearing that this new style of play, I'm not seeing it.
Agreed.
I'm just not seeing it. At the moment, what I think we're doing, I think we're almost a counter-attacking team again, but just a bit higher up the pitch.
Yeah, I agree. And this is it. And I want to just sort of call someone out again. Robbie, again, you're making silly comments, mate. Do you want to get behind the project or not? I have.
Oh,
I feel like me and Savva and Barry and to other people have been the only ones that have, because everyone kept telling me we're going to win a league this season. That's the difference. The difference here is I'm not. This is it, mate. I want to say this. Yes, you're blaming after 12 games. Yes, I can be critical of a performance. This is, Robbie, I'm going to say this now. You have what become 2023 football opinions have been about. I'm going to say this now, and I'm not going to bring up any more. We're going to move on from it, because this is what's happened, right? And I'll say this now. If I'm critical of the manager, all of a sudden it means I want him sacked. No, it doesn't. I think the manager is going to do the right thing for this football club in a long time. But that doesn't mean that I can't be critical and say that he makes the right sub or the wrong sub. If we're going to be like this, Robbie, we're going to be at this position where we can't critique anything. So if he subs on if you come in and go, oh, we shouldn't have subbed on XY player and subbed off this player, then I will sit back and go, do you not believe in the project because you don't agree with his decision? We have to be critical. We're football YouTubers. This is our job.
I think, Perchy, the other thing as well, right, is Robbie's comment as well when he's saying about we win the game with our best 11. I don't actually think we deserve to win. I don't think we do actually win that game with our best 11, because I think Wolves, if they finish, like we said against Chelsea, if that was Lloris in goal or what have you, they're scoring 7 or 8. If Wolves had a striker that could finish, they would win in that 4 or 5-1, right? And if that happens against Villa, if that happens against City, and that happens against Newcastle, we will definitely get embarrassed. We won't get lucky like we have done the last 2 games. We will get absolutely embarrassed. And yes, we know we need more. We know we need investment, and we know this is part of the problem. But don't start deflecting away that everything is Daniel Levy's fault, because that is the standard response. Because now we go into if we go on to a losing if we go on a losing run now where we don't win another game until whatever, Nottingham Forest, I think, is the 6th game out of the next after the next 5. If we don't win that game, everyone will be going, oh, it's all leaving. No, it's a combination of everything.
Can we be honest, right? First of all, people need to be able to separate, right? So people saying, oh, it's 12 games into a project. Yes, it is 12 games into a project. Hence why I didn't get excited about winning titles like most people did. Hence why I don't sit here and say we're in a title charge. That doesn't mean because we're 12 games into a project that every decision a manager makes, you sit there and go, don't worry about that. 12 games into a project. I'll ask these people that question. Yeah, Barry and Perchy, I'm going to ask these people that question. All these people with just 12 games into a project. Yeah, he's only had this many games. Cool. How many games is acceptable for you then for us to be able to critique performances? Otherwise, what we end up with, guys, is every Spurs YouTube channel with no critical thinking. What we end up with is every YouTube channel going, oh, that's a shame, innit, Barry? Oh, never mind. The lads gave it a go. Don't worry. Right. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you later. That's not football. That's not football debates. That's not football opinions. I think, like Perchy said, Ange will do very well for this club in the long term if he is backed and given what he needs. Yeah, I think we had a very good start. I think he got a lot of the poor teams to beat, first of all. You can only beat them, and he did. We all said you got Chelsea, difficult game. Wolves away, difficult game. Villa at home, difficult game. Man City away. Newcastle, West Ham. This is what's going to tell us where we are already. But last thing I'll say, sorry, before this turns into an epic rant, what we can't do, I'm not having this disingenuous, oh, Savva, you're negative when you say we're not going to win the league. But then when we lose a couple of games, it's, oh, Savva, we're only 12 games into a project. Hang on. Which one is it? Like, we're winning the league or we're in a title challenge. Oh, but Savva, it's only 12 games. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's only 12 games, but he got that wrong today. Anyone watching that game, Barry, give me positives from today's game.
Apart from the first 3 minutes.
Davis.
Benton Core.
More minutes, yep.
You could
potentially
argue Lo Celso, maybe, for, but
I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was great.
He wasn't great. So yeah, you've got Davis and you've got Benton Core. I think that is for me the only positive out of today. And look, a lot of people in the chat going, oh, we will hurt Donnelly's and Dorrington's and Phillips' development. How will we? Look at how we managed the Tanganga situation. Look at how we've managed all these kids that we've never given the opportunity. Tanganga, if everyone remembers, came on and had an absolute worldie against Liverpool. Yeah. Then he got injured. Then what have we done with him? So actually, what harm is it going to? It's not going to. If you think that we're going to Man City, we're going to go to the Etihad and not get absolutely smashed up with Dier and Davis or Dier and whoever, then we may as well put the kids in, and that will then toughen them up, and that will then mean that they're going to come back and they're going to experience this. We can't put them in when it's fluffy and rainbows and we're winning and everything else. I just feel like Ange said that there was bumps in the road. No one is allowed to be critical, but we should be critical because we deserve more. We want more, and that comes through everything, right? Yes, we've had a good start. Yes, we've had the best start since 1960. Yes, Ange has won 3 Premier League Manager of the Months. But I tell you what, that bump isn't just a bump. It's like we've fallen off a cliff. And that was today, no word of a lie, that was like watching Conte ball. Go 1-0 up, or Mourinho. Go 1-0 up and try and defend it.
Barry, that's exactly what I said at the beginning of the show. If this manager was Antonio Conte in charge, he'd have got absolutely castrated.
Yeah.
But it's because it's Ange Postecoglou. We like him, and he's a big Australian. We can't sit there and criticize it. I saw someone in the chat just sitting there and saying, we were minutes off winning. We shouldn't have been in. At the point when they equalised, we should have been out of sight. Kalajic missed an absolute sitter.
Yeah.
Hwang Yi-chan missed an absolute sitter. Like, I genuinely think what people do, and I'm not generalising, but I'm doing it for this reason, for this one on this, but it's like people look at the scoreline and when things are scored and go, well, we nearly won it. We in Savva, we sat and watched the game on stream. How many times did we go, how have they not scored that?
It's every game. It's every game at the moment, mate.
Exactly.
It's every game. We're watching games going, oh my God, if they had a goal scorer. Look, for me, I just think everyone needs to calm down with this Ange ball. And, we've got this song about Poch being dead and loving Ange instead. And people coming onto my stream and debating with me that Poch was never that good and Ange is much the better manager. It's like, whoa, slow down. Right?
Yeah.
Look, if we look at this in isolation, right? Zach, you have to put that on the manager. Zach, what we can't do is we can't be disingenuous.
Yeah.
Right? If we're going to if Spurs had attacked and scored goals, we'd be going, there you go, that's Ange ball. When we don't, it's the players. Again, this is what I mean. Look, Spurs, I think I've not changed my opinion. Hopefully you guys know my opinion on where Spurs are going to finish this year. Right?
Yep.
I have said, get back into Europe. That's the aim. Get back into European football. If we get Champions League football, he's at a blinder. It's been a superb season. I'm not sure if we will. I think it's going to be really tight up there between a lot of teams. But there is a lot of work to be done at this football club. But you can't just choose your lane every game. It can't be, oh, well, today was, we're winning a league. We're challenging for a title. It can't be that. We're going to lose to Man City. I think we will struggle against Aston Villa as well, because Aston Villa's forward line won't miss what they just did.
Exactly.
Aston Villa's forward line will not miss chance after chance after chance like them. We could be 4 games without a win. And as I said to you before that, that's fine. People need to settle. People need to stop. You can't. It's the pedestal. Ange's here. Then when he loses, it's not fair. He's only been here 12 games. Stop putting him up there then.
Exactly.
And also, Robbie, you didn't want Ange to play a high line. Yeah, with 9 men.
With 9 men.
What?
Sorry, this is the question I will ask, because this is, and listen, people won't like what I'm going to say. The manager came out and said, we will do it again. We didn't do it today. We played like Antonio Conte today. We sat so deep today and allowed Wolves to just attack and attack and attack. This is the difference. I didn't want him to do it when we're down to 9 men, because we can try and get a result out of it.
Also, we talk about people being on fire. Harry Kane, 2 goals already in the first half.
Yeah.
In Germany, right? I'm not looking back. I'm just making a point. It's absolutely crazy to sit there and look at the way that we've played against the teams that we've played. We've had an easy start, right? We've had an easy start compared to what we've got. Now, it's not easy. And even that 6th game that I said is Forest away, right? Forest away is not easy. Games away, like it's like today. Wolves away is not easy. I was there last season when we lost, right?
Yeah.
That game that we lost last season, we played better than we played today, right?
Can I ask though, Barry? What everything I'm hearing in the week is, all the excuse I'm hearing from certain people was, what he did in the second half against Chelsea. You'll see the benefit of that with the mentality we go into the next game with. What? Not being able to pass the ball, giving up a lead with 2 goals in the last 6 minutes, having 3 shots on target in the game. What we're doing now, after every game, we're now finding excuses for poor performances, for defeats. We lose to Fulham. But, we didn't want to win the cup and blah, blah, blah. We lose to Chelsea. But we're proud because we played a high line on the halfway line with 9 men. We lose today. But it's on Levy and we're not. Are we going to do this, Perchy, every single time we lose a game? Are we never, ever going to be able to go, I think you got that wrong today? Because straight away, people in the chat, and I'll call him out to his face if he comes on the show, which is tomorrow. Danny Kiriakou. But players like Ben Davis. Do you mean Ben Davis was good today?
Yeah, today man of the match. We'll give him man of the match.
Today, for me, was more Bissouma. I thought Brennan Johnson was crap after the goal, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
After the goal, what did Brennan Johnson do? Gave the ball away a lot. Kulu did nothing. Son was awful.
I thought
Hojbjerg was awful.
Midfield 3. I thought that midfield 3 was diabolical today. I thought they were awful.
So when are we allowed to turn around and go, he's got that wrong? He's got that wrong.
Sorry, Mo, you've just gone. Who gave Davis man of the match?
Sky.
TNT Sport did. And I'm sorry, I thought Ben Davis was really good today. I thought he had a really good game. I think people. Do you know what I'm finding now? It's because if that was Romero who played like Ben Davis did today, it would have been, he's a world-class defender. But because it's Ben Davis, we can't give credit. That's what it is. I don't care. I'll call it out. Just people will, because Ben Davis isn't your favourite, you can't criticize. You can criticize him. If that was anyone else, you'd have all called him world-class and all this lot.
Let me ask you, Barry. I'll ask you this question. Villa next. We've got Villa after the international break, where none of the players, I think Udogie will be back, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Udogie will be back against Villa.
But it looks like we're still going to have Udogie, then it'll be Porro, Dier and Davis. That's going to be the defence, you would think.
Yep.
What do you make of this Villa game? Because Villa, again, have got quite a strong midfield. They will try and counter us with the likes of Diaby and Zaniolo, Watkins or Bailey, whoever the front three is. Are you now worried about that game, or more worried than you would have been before?
Not more. I mean, obviously, if what had happened, look, what happened on Monday happened, right? So we have to deal with it. So I don't think it changes anything. I just think I just think the teams are it's just simple how to play against us. If you're clever and you have a footballing brain, all you need to do is play the ball over the top. You go down Porro's side all game. Watkins will terrorise him on that, on that left hand side, on our right hand side. So I don't think it makes a difference. The difference, all you're going to see for the next 4 or 5 games is our Porro on the right being absolutely, absolutely skinned game, or they're just going to go over the top, run at them with pace, playing on the high line, and then the difference that's going to happen is that they're going to score more goals. Villa are going to score more goals than we've seen. Chelsea 4-1. You could argue it flattered them. You could argue that it should have been 8, right? Apart from Vicario aside. Yeah. Villa, I think, could be, 4-5-0 potentially. City 5-6-0. I mean, I don't think Villa
will batter us. But I think the difficulty is we've played teams in the last few games that can't finish their dinner. Palace, Chelsea, Wolves, right? Fulham. Villa have got Ollie Watkins, Diaby, both score goals, both get assists. Yeah, Douglas Luiz can pop up with a goal. And it's a bigger pitch at the Spurs stadium. They're going to have room to run in behind. I worry because we could look, let's look at the table, right? Let's get the Premier League table up, shall we? I just think that this needs to bring fans back down to some sort of reality. We've got to come down to reality because all of this blowing smoke up the club's backside is not the one. It's not the one. Let's see if that going to update. Spurs have played. Oh, that's not right, is it? Matches played. Yeah. Okay. So here is the Premier League table. Okay, and this is with here we go. This is with Premier League, Tottenham, Wolves. This is with our next fixtures being Villa, Man City, West Ham, Newcastle, Forest away. This is the Premier League table. It's not an easy run of games. Not an easy run of games. There we go. So you can see there. So we've played more games than anyone else. Right. Arsenal are currently playing at home to Burnley. It's currently 0-0, which is good for us. But if Arsenal win that, which you would expect them to grab a goal, then straight away we're into third. If Liverpool win tomorrow, you would expect them to win. They've got Brentford at home. Liverpool at Anfield are normally very strong. Then we're into fourth. If Villa beat us the week after, Villa have got Fulham at home tomorrow. So they'll go 1 point behind us, you would think.
Yep.
And then if they beat, this is what I was saying to everyone. What we keep doing is if they lose and we win, we go can we not just say this is
the other thing as well is we've got to play City, we've got to play Villa, we've got to play Newcastle, we've got to play Brighton. So all those teams. So in theory, it could be a 6-point swing, right? And if it's a 6-point swing, all of a sudden we go from top to potentially 7th, and we're down in the likes with Man United. And how bad have they been playing all season?
And straight away, Barry, look at that goal against column. Look what's happening.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly in the space of 2 games. Look, City 8, Liverpool 10, Arsenal 9, Newcastle 11. All right, Villa, we knew would concede goals. We're now 15. It's now creeping and creeping and creeping. Perchy, what can we do? What can we do in the next game to ensure that we don't get a performance like that today?
Listen, I think today was I don't know. I don't actually. Do you know? It's a weird. I think we're going to be okay with a doggy coming back. I think that is a big relief. We've got someone like that, him back in.
But does he, Perchy? Do you worry that he goes and loses his mind because he hasn't got Van de Ven next to him and he goes and does something rash again?
This
There's
is
that to think about. He's young. I'm not saying
I
that,
think
what have you, but he gets. The trouble is, where teams are clever, what Chelsea were clever against us is that they could see that they weren't going to beat us at football. They played the clever game. They decided to get a little bit rough, pinches, play, little kicks here and there, and then we lost our heads, right? Not so much Villa, but City are far better than us in terms from football. But you've seen how Newcastle will dig in. You see how other teams will just dig in, and once they dig in, we can't do anything. We can't do anything. You saw Newcastle. They're at their bare bones. They still go and beat Arsenal.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
But this is the worry. I think this is my concern here, right? And before I say, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Come on, we're here pushing it away. How we get on with it, right? So please like and subscribe to the channel. That would do us a world of good. Thank you so much to people that have done. Yeah, Barry, I think this is it. What you're saying, right? I get it. My concern is, do you know what? Everyone in the chat is going on about our defense. Do you know what? That side of it, I'm not worried about. I'm worried about going forward. Yeah. We don't score many goals anymore. We don't score many goals past the 10th minute anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Past the 10th minute, we don't score goals. And Son, devoid of anything today, by the way, he's not getting out of it. Devoid of nothing, did nothing today. Kulusevski, back to type. Good bit of work for the goal. But after that, how many times was he running in, had a runner in a goal, and you go, just whip a ball into the back post, cuts it in, loses the momentum of the ball. Johnson, I thought, Johnson's the only one I'll give a little bit of credence to in the sense of, I didn't think he had a great game today. He scored a goal, good on him. But when do we get to see Brennan Johnson playing out on that right-hand side? This is spot on. I think we're so predictable. And again, I echo it. Without James Maddison, we're not a very good football team. I'm not going to say it too loudly. We're not. Because we offer nothing.
I think, and I think Phil P asked the questions, could some of the players have been fatigued after that effort on Monday? They could have been, but then why not? We've got the options. Ashley Phillips has been pulled out of the under-21s to go and sit on a bench. What is the point of that? If we're gonna have some, I'd rather have Eric Dier sat on that bench rather than Ashley Phillips. If you're pulling him out, you're pulling him out to play. You're not pulling him out to go and sit on a bench just in case there's an injury. Eric Dier is not the future of this football club. We've known that for a long time. If Ashley Phillips is going to be the future, throw him in, get him to learn. We don't have, like we said before, we don't have the League Cup, we don't have Europe, we don't have anywhere else we're going to blood these youngsters. So what is the point if they're just going to come and sit on the bench?
And by the way, how can they be fatigued? Let's think about it. Hojbjerg played 45 minutes of football. Eric Dier played maybe 45 minutes of football. Emerson Royale played maybe 45 minutes of football. Lo Celso came on today. Bentancur played like 20 minutes the other day. Brennan Johnson played like 15 minutes, 20 minutes of football the other day. How fatigued from what?
Ben Davis didn't play.
Ben Davis didn't play.
So Sarr, Bissouma, Oros, three players. I don't know.
Fatigue comments. I'm not having that one. Listen, we look at other teams, by the way. I'm not saying Wolves. Look at other teams. We use fatigue. Other teams are in Europe. Other teams are deep into the Carabao Cup. If we're using, we're not in anything but in the Premier League now at the moment. I mean, we'll be in the FA Cup in January, but we're not in anything at the moment. So I think the fatigue comments are. Robbie, when you say,
so just quickly, right? Just quickly, lots of comments, like you said, Perchy, about the defense. Yeah, the defense. I actually thought that our better performances today came from Davis and Dier. I'm not saying keep them. They shouldn't be at the club. But why is everyone so scared to criticize Kulu, Johnson, Son? I thought we looked toothless. The number of times you're thinking, you're breaking forward. Go on, cut inside. Not just Kulu, by the way. Brennan Johnson's doing it now. Cut inside, slow the play down. Cut inside, slow the play down. Sonny, the number of times the ball went into his feet, taken off him very easily.
Yeah.
Look, I can't just say it was the defense. I'd be honest,
Yeah, no,
going into the game, hold my hands up. I was really worried about the back four. I thought they opened us up first half. Yeah, they're bound to. But I just don't get how bad we are going forward at times.
Do you know what? Like, do you know what? You're right in what you say here. This is the thing. I think we the defense card is. Do you know what it is? It's like the easy scapegoat, and I understand it to a certain degree because I think in some capacity I get it, but we're blaming the likes of Eric Dier and Ben Davis why we lost the game. That wasn't the reason why we lost it. We lost the game because we didn't even press forward today. And our midfield, by the way, where we get all this star boy in Papa Sarr and Bissouma's world class and all this lot, and Hojbjerg is an amazing midfielder. I thought if you were going to pick a part of the pitch that was the worst, it was our midfield by a country mile. A country mile.
Zach, I think when we're talking about creativity, look, I think obviously when Maddison's back, it's a huge help. He is our creativity. Whether or not it's Kvaskelia or someone else, I think one of the disappointments for me, and I've been very vocal and said this, is that we've signed 7 players in the summer and only one of them's creative. Of all the players we signed, only James Maddison can create. You've then gone and signed 3 wingers in Solomon, Brennan Johnson, and Kulu, all of which do the same thing for me. There's no difference. You look at like when Man City go and sign Doku. He's got something. You watch Villa signing Diaby. They've got stuff about them. They look exciting. Look, I think some will score goals this season. Yeah, I think some will score goals this season. But already this season, I've heard things like, oh my God, there you go, Savva. What a brilliant captain Son is. I don't know what that means. If I'm brutally honest, I don't know what that means. There you go, Savva. You said Son was finished. No, I think Son's finished as a left-sided player. Through the middle, what we've seen there is, again, when the team don't let you in behind, he hasn't got a lot to offer. When, he's good when you can play him in behind, but we couldn't against Chelsea. We couldn't again today. We couldn't really against Palace. So I just think we need to just calm down. Not every one of our players is, all summer, all season I've had so far, have you seen a better left back in the league than a doggy? Yeah. Our centre-back pairing's the best. All right, why haven't we conceded the least goals? Oh, have you seen a better right back than Porro? Yeah, most of them. Have you seen a better midfield 3 than our 3? Yeah. Have you seen a better forward? Yeah. Like, just relax. Stop. Yeah. Let's stop putting everyone on a pedestal just to then try and defend them when they fall off that pedestal. I'm just disappointed with the performance, Barry. Not the defeat. I predicted us to lose. I'm just disappointed with the manner of how we played. And the thing for me is the sloppy passing, Barry. Like
basics.
No one could, everyone was giving the ball away at a rate of knots. Madness.
Yeah, and look, I think, we can talk about it to the, you can talk about it and go, what's happened, whose fault is it, who to blame. I think everyone needs to take a slice of the pie. You can blame Daniel Levy, you can blame Ange, you can blame the players. Romero takes a massive hit of it, supposedly changed and what have you. But actually, in that game, did we deserve to win that game of football? Absolutely not. We did not deserve to come. If we'd have won that game of football, everyone would be gassing up. Oh, look what Ange has done. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, hang on a minute. We were awful again. Awful.
I actually have a question here. I genuinely have a serious question here. The same people in the chat that are going, oh, Dier and Davis are awful.
By the way, sorry, Perchy, just quickly, them lot down the road inevitably have just taken the lead against Burnley. And it is Trossard has just scored. Trossard is playing centre forward today.
And look at what's happened. The last 2 games, I think Dan Potts was calling for it. Play Trossard through the middle.
Yeah.
I don't want to give him any dues. They've made that change and it's made a difference.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Perchy.
That's fine. No, that's absolutely fine. But the question I would say, the same people in the chat that are blaming the likes of Eric Dier playing today, where were you on Monday blaming Christian Romero?
Yeah, you're not allowed to. Not allowed to.
Because Christian Romero getting sent off was the reason why Eric Dier started today. Let that sink in. Eric, if Romero doesn't do something as stupid as he does, Romero plays. So this is the difference, right? Everyone wants to sit there and go, oh, these players let us down since 2019. 2019. Cool. But where were you on Monday night blaming Romero when you were going, oh, I love his passion. I love what he does. Not for me. That is another detrimental factor of this player that is slowly going down the line and letting us down. Wasn't the reason we lost today, of course, but you get my point.
Yeah, absolutely. So Barry, I acknowledge, by the way, can we get, listen, if we can get 24 more subs, we'll have smashed our target for today massively. If we can get 24 more subs, that'd be much appreciated. The link is in the chat. Look, we have been streaming since just gone 11 for you. So we are now 4-5 hours deep. So we've put in a real shift today. And all we ask in return is please just smash the like button and the subscribe button. I've pinned the subscribe button into the chat. You know you're going to get honesty. You know you're going to get debate. Barry, one thing I would say, look, I know it's not everyone. And I know people want to get carried away. But, like, do you think now after the last 2 games, we might stop hearing some of this, we can challenge for a title, let's see where we are in January, talk, and we can literally just get on with the season and know that we've got a massive build that needs to take place here?
Yeah, I just think we just need to, stop all this nonsense, concentrate on what's going on, we just need to stop it because it's just ridiculous now. We know it. We need to build. Ange needs the 2, 3, 4, 5 windows to get his team how he needs to it. We can't react. We're reacting off 10 games, top of the league. Oh, we're going to win it. Blah 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 blah. We've seen it time and time again where we've just fall off a cliff and everything else. I just think we just need to lower our expectations and just be like you said, Savva. If we get back into Europe, that's fine. But we then need to we need 6 to 8 players that can be able to compete on both fronts. Right?
Exactly.
We can't get into Europe and then add 2 in the summer and maybe 1 in January. It needs to be there. And PC Olsen, we say we but we get made to look stupid because we think about things rationally, not because you got people talking about titles, you got people talking about this, you got people. We as Tottenham fans are made to look like absolute fools time and time again. The first message. What do you think the first message I got was after that game from someone? What do you think the first message was? Tottenham being Spursy again.
Yeah,
this is we are teams that are getting bantered, and we are teams.
But everybody's been telling everybody Spursy is a thing of the past.
Yeah,
the mentality's changed. The last 2 games have shown me there's no mentality change.
Agreed.
The last 2 games have showed me, if anything, it's the same. We're trying to play better football, and I love that. But this is going to take a long time. Barry's right, Perchy. This is going to need January, the summer. This is going to take ages.
Savva, I said this is going to take 3 seasons to get us back to where we want to be. I don't think this is one of those. Everyone thinks all of a sudden a click of a finger, but this is why. And PC also, what I was trying to point when people are saying about not everyone thinks we're going to win. You got to remember, me and Savva our faces are on the internet. When other people go on the internet and they represent Spurs fans on football channels and come out and say, Tottenham will win the league. Rival fans come at us going, oh, you lot are nowhere near going to win the league. And I said, we have to then sit there and go, hang on a minute, I've not said that. Oh yeah, all your lot on this channel have said that. We're nowhere near that. This is the problem. We feel like, I'll be honest, I feel like some of us are some of the only level-headed stuff that go, do you know what? I like what we're doing. We're going to go somewhere with this team. This team will go places, but it's going to take time. I said at the start I said this is going to be one of those seasons that it is going to be a roller coaster. I didn't think it was all going to be ponies and rainbows after 10 games. I never said it. I didn't think it would be anywhere near that. I thought, and I'll say this now, I think now you look back at it and go, we got away with it in those early games. Now we're starting to see.
Tell you what, we're not getting away with. Any subscribers? Come on, guys and girls, smash that subscribe button.
Come on, please.
Let's get at least 10 more instead of 24. Let's get at least 10 more and help Perchy and I creep up towards that 12K. We really want to get to 12K before we go to the Football Content Awards on Thursday.
That'd be amazing if we could, guys. Can we do this?
Yeah, that would be brilliant. And by the way, don't forget tomorrow, Perchy, if I'm not wrong, we've got tomorrow. We're not going, by the way, now. We've got another 25 minutes or so, but tomorrow we've got the Spurs review at 9 p.m. Tomorrow we're joined by Danny Kyriakou from Tottenham away and J Rated. I can only imagine this is going to be fireworks with lots of debates. I've asked Danny Kyriakou for a headshot so we can get a thumbnail done, but I'm still, you know what he's like, he'll probably respond to me at 5 to 9 tomorrow.
We'll receive it after the Spurs review, probably.
After the Spurs review. By the way, we will have a watch along tomorrow. What's the game we said we were going to do? Tottenham, Man City, Chelsea.
Man City, Chelsea tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to do Man City, Chelsea, and in the day, what were we going to do around? Wasn't we going to do around the grounds tomorrow?
We might do around the grounds.
Okay.
We'll see.
And Tuesday, join us Tuesday, 6 p.m. for our brand new show. I'll give away the name tomorrow. Brand new show. We've got 21, I think, at the moment, of the best YouTubers out there from different clubs, all in one WhatsApp group that have agreed every Tuesday, 6 p.m. till 7:15. So an hour and 15 minutes. There'll be 6 of us on a panel mixed up each week from different clubs, talking about all the best bits that have happened from the weekend's football and looking forward to all the Champions League and the next Premier League weekend. So we've got some big hitters in there. We've got the likes of Dan Potts, James Redmond from Liverpool. We've got LB from Man City, Pete from Newcastle. We've got Goonie, Charlie and Don Greasy from Chelsea. We've got Lawless from West Ham, and we know Lawless brings a lot to the show. Listen, there's 21, so we've got Sam from Liverpool. So please join us for the first show on Tuesday at 6 p.m. It should be fireworks each week. But please do keep subscribing for the moment. It's the only way the channel can grow is with some subscribers.
And 20 more likes, guys, when we get over 200. Come on, let's do that right now. There must be 20 of you that haven't clicked that little button. That would be lovely if you could do it.
Yeah. Listen, when Barry gets back, we'll do this, Matteo. When Barry gets back, we'll go through our player ratings out of 10. So minus us that. Arsenal to group. So where is Will Stewart? Will Stewart probably on his own channel. You know, if you want to go and find Will Stewart, go to his channel. But if you're going to get in a debate with him, Arsenal to group, he's very, very clever. So you should make sure you're ready for that one. Stephen has said the mentality of a club ultimately comes from the owners. Compare Chelsea during and after Roman. Yeah, but again, Chelsea's new owners have only been there a year and a bit. So, you've got to, again, we need to give time for these things to happen. And thank you for the 3 people that have just subscribed. It's very, very much appreciated. Yes. So Potato Stewart said the difference between today's game and the Chelsea game is very confusing. As I said, Potato Stewart, I was told that what we did Monday in the second half was good for the character and it would show in this game. And we've seen the complete opposite. Someone here asking you to subscribe. Oh, it's me. You can tell it's my beautiful.
It's us.
It's my beautiful bald. Yes, sorry. Yeah, but I put the comment out. Does everyone want to see the face of Football Heritage TV?
Yeah, go on. I think we need to get the face of Football Heritage TV on. He's not very happy about the result.
Look, there he is. There is Frank, the face of Football Heritage TV. And you can't see it that closely, but in his eyes, he's looking at me as if to say, F off, Dad. Like, you see him, he's having a stretch. There he is. Go on, Frank. What did you think of today's game? Oh, there you go.
We said he was a Wolves fan. He
is a Wolves fan. He is a Wolves fan with his colours. Listen, when Barry gets back, we will do the player ratings. Sorry, my camera's gone all a bit funny now. We will do the player ratings. Look, people, nothing's a disaster. The same way that nothing is success. You can't have disaster after 12 games. You can't have success after 12 games. What we've got to ensure, Perchy, is that we don't let this 2 defeats now roll into 3. Because 3 will definitely become 4 with Man City. So we can't. The Villa game, I said this before the Wolves game, the Villa game now becomes so important because otherwise you could be looking at 4 defeats on the bounce.
And then you've got to go. Then you've got West Ham, whilst on a bad run of form,
Right.
And that's never an easy game of football, wherever they are in the table. And then you've got Newcastle. And do you know what I mean? What we're going to get into a real, and I hope to God we don't. But what the terrifying part of this is every time we don't win a game of football, it keeps rolling, right? We need to get out of this losing run. Villa now has become enormous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. David Clark, big up to you. I hope you're well, my friend, has said, I see the next 10 games as being a very tough, or rough would have worked as well, journey. I see us dropping down to 8th and recover from February until the end of the season to fight for a place between 5th and 7th. Do you know what, David? I don't think I can make you wrong on any of that. We have got 8 games now. We've got 8 games until January the 1st. And that is going to be 8 games with no Van der Ven, no Maddison. For me, I think more than any of that, I think he's really got to find a front three that works, or a different version of this front three. For me, I don't think it works. I think you've got 2 players both cutting in, 1 player who isn't great at holding up the ball, wants to run in behind, and none of them are feeding him in behind. Because what they're doing is they're cutting in and laying it back to someone in midfield every time they get the ball. We're not seeing these brave footballers that are running at players and creating. We're seeing scared footballers, if anything. City B, big up, and said, you two are level-headed. A lot of fans expect the good form of players to become the norm. CB, do you know what? I did a video about 2 weeks ago, and I said there's a huge difference between good form and normality. So far, looks like good form was the answer, but we need to arrest it. So let's go through some player ratings, Perchy, if you can get the a big up, Barry. I got your message. I'll kick you out the chat. Big up to you, man. Thanks for coming on. If you could bring up the banner, would be wonderful, Perchy, so that we can do what we need to do. There we go. The Spurs player ratings. We'll do this quick fire. Join in with us, everybody. This should be fun. By the way, join in, but please do smash the subscribe button. Can we get 7 or 8 more before the end of the show in 10 minutes? And here we go. Rob Frank has said, enjoying your balanced views today. Big up you two. Thank you, Rob. Listen, I always try and be balanced. I try my best because I think otherwise you end up being like these people who keep going on the football terrace and the big 6 and stuff and saying, we're going to win a league. And every other fan base goes, no, you're not. So thank you so much, Rob Frank. Right. Spurs player ratings. Perchy, are you on mute?
Apologies, I was on mute there.
Yes, we know.
We're gonna,
either that or you were just mumbling.
We're going to do Spurs player ratings. And guys in the chat, whack in your ratings as we go player by player. Oh, you've gone too soon. I already had it ready. Vicario, what are we saying? 7?
Big Vic, what are you going for? Perchy?
I'm going 7 as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 6.5, 7. I do feel that there was a lot of times today where his passing out the back was very suspect. Some of his long balls out the back were going straight out for throw-ins. I didn't think he had too much to do. I'll give him a 7. I think I'm comfortable with a 7.
Okay. Everyone in the chat, whack in yours quickly. We'll do that. We'll
7.
do it player by player. I'm going 7 as well. I think, again, some of his misplaced passes today weren't great. He made a couple of good saves as well, though. So I think a 7 is fair. Let's move to right back with Pedro Porro. What do you think, mate?
I'm going to give Pedro Porro a 5. I don't think he can defend. I think Pedro Porro is very effective, as we saw for the goal. He's very effective as offensive right back. As a defensive right back, it's night and day. In the first half, Bellegarde had a lot of time to run at him. We saw against Palace, they targeted him. Sterling targeted him. I think a 5. I think he cannot defend. I'd like to see him higher on the pitch.
I would have gone 4, but I'll give him an extra point for his assist. I thought he did well for that, so I'll say 5 as well on that one. Moving along the back line to Eric Dier.
Eric Dier, I'll give him a 6.5. I thought first half he was dreadful and the ball was being played. I think first half we played a bit of a higher line, not high, but a bit higher, and every ball went in between him and Porro. And I thought he got taken out. I thought in the second half, couple of last-ditch tackles, couple of good bits in the air, but ultimately he's just not good enough. He's just not good enough on the ball. I'll go over 6. I'll go over 6.
See, I'm going 5 for him. I thought he was poor first half. I thought he made countless mistakes. Wasn't really in it. Wasn't great at all. You could tell he looked like a real rusty football player that hasn't played a lot of football. You could tell that from straight away. And also, we'll move on to his defensive partner of Ben Davis.
I'd give him an 8. I thought Ben Davis was a lot of tackles in the first half where he just came over, cleared up the danger. I thought he showed his experience. Second half, again, I thought he was the best of the back four by a mile. So I'll give him an 8. But long term, I think you've got to see both of Dier and Davis. If they're both, if one of them is even at Tottenham this time next season, you've got to ask questions. But I'd give him an 8. He was my man of the match from a Spurs perspective.
Yeah, I would have gone 8 as well. I thought he was the best player on the pitch. Agreed. He was the best player on the pitch. I agree also with you what you're saying in the sense of we need to get rid of him. I don't think he's good enough, but credit where credit's due sort of thing. I thought he was the best player today defensively, and looked very good in that sense. But not long term. The makeshift left back in Emerson Royale. What are you saying there, mate?
He is the biggest enigma in the world. He does some very good bits followed by terrible bits. You know, it's like he does the hard work and almost celebrates it before he's actually finished mopping up. Like he'll mop up the ball and then he'll pass and give it away. And you're like, oh, what are you doing? A 6. I thought he did some okay things. Silly yellow cards. Another one that falls into the bracket for me, just not good enough. He's just not good enough to be at Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, that's what I would have gone 5.5. I thought all the stuff he was good at today, I felt like only because of his mistakes. He did some good bits, but it was all coming from his own mistakes. So we have to put that, for me, that's how I would see it. I thought a lot of those mistakes he made were all because of his own doing and he was mopping up his own problems. But another one of those football players that for me needs to go. Not great. Player that gets a lot of love in, but Pap Sarr, what did you think of him today?
I've said for a while now, by the way, anyone asking, I'll go over that. Pap Sarr, for me, I think I've been quite disappointed for a number of games. I feel for him. He's a 20-year-old lad, hasn't had a lot of football over the last 2 years. He's chucked straight in and he's playing every game, 90 minutes. I thought he struggled. I thought I think when the passing is safe, I think he's good. I think when he has to think about it, I think it's rushed. No composure today. 5 for me. I thought he was okay.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I would have gone 6, but I thought he wasn't great today. I thought our midfield was relatively one of the worst positions on the pitch. So yeah, I mean, I'm giving him a 6 because I thought he did work, but not enough for me. Yeah. Not great. But I agree. I don't think he's been great for a very long. Hasn't been amazing for a while.
He works hard, right? One thing you could say is he always works hard in a game. I do think he's another one of these players that has had so much smoke blown up their backside far too quickly. He's a good young player that needs time to develop, that needs time to grow. But straight away, people have put him into, what is it? Yaya
Sartoure.
Whatever it is. Yeah, all of that kind of, he's a good player. For me, I would probably not play him the next game and mix it up a bit. I think we need to mix up that midfield. It's looking predictable.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll put you next to his midfield partner in Yves Bissouma, a player that I'm massively fond of, but I think has fallen off for the last few games. What do you think of him today?
5. I think he's fallen off a cliff. He was. Let's be fair. This all started with Luton. He was terrible against Luton. To be honest, I started seeing in the Liverpool game a lot of scrappy, sloppy passes, giving the ball away a lot for turnovers. Then Luton, he got the red card. Then suspended. Then when he came back against Palace, I thought he was really poor. Then against Chelsea the other night, again, sloppy, looked scared to go over tackles. And today, yellow card, looked sloppy, a couple of good turns of pace in the second half. But for me, looking very ordinary again. 5.
Yeah, I agree with you on the 5. And I think this is one of the reasons when you mentioned about not starting Sarr. Sarr's going to have to start because Bissouma is going to miss Villa. He's got a book in here. He'll miss the Villa game. So where we say about shaking up, we're going to have to. I think the midfield's going to probably be Sarr, Hojbjerg and Lo Celso most likely against Aston Villa because Bissouma's suspended. And I agree, 5. Another player that I thought started the season really well, and I agree, the last few games not good enough. And and you know what? He's one of those football players at the moment. He needs to really stop getting booked. His disciplinary record in the first start of the season not good enough. And we're going to keep losing him to suspensions because he keeps mounting bookings up. But yeah, 5 for me. I think he needs a lot better needs to come from Bissouma. Hojbjerg came in today for this injured James Maddison. How do you think he fared today?
Same as the other 2. 5. He can't run. He's sloppy with the ball. Again, he's another one. Does something good defensively. And then just the lack of passing ability, sloppy passing out the back, gets caught way too easily on the ball, dilly-dallying. Look, we all know, I've said for years, this guy was a makeshift centre mid that's now been here for 4 years. And it's kind of like, I think it was poor. I thought all the midfield 3 today were poor, if I'm brutally honest. I'll give them all a 5. There you go. All the midfield 3 are 5. I thought he was really poor.
Yeah, I would say a 5.5. I think he was better than Bissouma. I thought Sarr was probably the better one of the 3 in a sense, but in that order, not good enough. A football player that I don't want at this football club any longer. He's not good enough, but yeah, I mean, it was just. I thought that midfield was absolutely awful for me today. Awful, but yeah. Well, I think that's probably the best we can move quickly on to. Played out on the left. Brennan Johnson today scored his first goal for the club. What did you think, mate?
This is one of those ones where lots of people will let a goal rule the performance. A 6. And a 6 because he scored. Right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, again, too many times you're thinking, run at your man, cut inside. Too many wayward passes inside that didn't go. Like, I feel like when we're judging players, everyone forgets how easily players give the ball away. And he's another one. He kept cutting inside, and the number of passes that went inside. I feel sorry for him. I think Ange has got it wrong with this guy. I think this guy should be flying down our right wing, causing left backs problems. I know it's not popular, but I think this guy should be on the right wing, causing us problems. We've bought a right winger for 47 million or whatever, and we're playing him on the left wing because he never, ever, 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 ever moves Kulu. For me,
we'll get on Kulu. I was gonna say we'll get on Kulu after this. I'm going 6.5. I thought he. And kind of sort of slightly echoing what you were saying, I thought, gave the ball away a lot. The cutting inside thing, I equate what you say, agree with it in the sense of cutting inside, but he feels like he has to. He looks very unnatural on the left. He doesn't look comfortable on the left, and you can tell that from a mile off. I want to see this guy playing out on that right-hand side, attacking it, because I think there's a player there. I genuinely think there's a player there. But I think the manager is not allowing him to play on the right because he loves Kulu. I think the manager has a real thing for Kulu, and I don't know why. I think you need to see Johnson running at left backs. I'll say 6.5, but I want to see more from him. But I want to see more of him out on the right because I want to see this. I want to see what this kid can do on the right hand side.
Can we caveat this? I feel sorry for him. You know, he came in, got injured. Then he came in, substituted because we went down to 10 men. For me, I'd like to see 5 to 10 games with Brennan Johnson, right wing, so I can really judge him. Because at the moment, I'm seeing bit part. He did well for the goal. Getting in the right space for the goal was good. But again, I've said we'll talk about this more tomorrow night on the Spurs review. I just don't think the front three works for me. It doesn't work.
No, I agree. We'll move on to Kulusevski. What did you think of him, mate? Because this is going to be fiery.
No, it's not. It's not going to be fiery, Perchy. It's not at all. I think Kulusevski, the back heel that set up Porro for the goal was nice.
Yep.
After that, he may have been sitting with me and you. After that, it is eat, sleep, repeat. Eat, sleep, repeat. Eat, sleep, repeat. Gets the ball, loads of grass to run into, cuts inside after taking 10, 12, 13 touches. Yeah. There were times in that half where you're thinking, have a drive with your right foot. Have a shot. No. Cut inside, lay it back. Cut inside. It's becoming boring watching him. If I'm honest, I'm bored watching him. He keeps getting excuses made for him. Yes, he works hard, but boy, does he look, I don't know. He looks so bang average as a footballer right now. He really, really does.
What did you rate him at?
Oh yeah. 5.5, because I like the flick. So I'll give him a half point for that.
I'm going 5. I thought today, and the reason why I think the flick was great, but the reason why I'm saying 5 on this is if he does something better in the opportunities he has, we win the game of football today.
I agree.
Twice he's beaten his man, and we're 2 on 2 against their defenders. He whips a ball across goal, we score from him, or we get an opportunity. No, he slows it up, they get back in order, and then we lose the momentum. For me, I thought he was awful today. But if it wasn't for that little flick today, I think people would have been like, nah, he's rubbish. For me, not good enough for me. Not good enough. And that's what I want to say for that. And we're going to move straight on to the man down the middle, the non-existent man, in my opinion, Heung-min Son. Tell me.
4. Whether this was by his fault or by people not playing him in, I thought, again, another game where your captain was absolutely anonymous. Listen, the thing is with Sonny, we know he's deadly through on goal. Deadly. When he's not deadly through on goal, what are you getting? Yeah?
Yep.
Like you look today, right? I didn't even think they were that good, but you look at players like Hwang and Cunha up the top there. Not deadly through on goal, but they're offering you, they're driving with the ball, they're getting in the position. I don't know. Son, for me, didn't do it. It didn't do anything that makes me go that more than a 4 or 5. I don't know, 5. I'll give him a 5 because he didn't do anything wrong, but he just didn't do anything. I'll give him a 5 like most of the others. I don't know. We've got to find a way of getting him into those games. And again, for me, I'll come back to this, Perchy. When both your wingers don't want to beat a man and whip the ball in, you're nullifying Son's game. Son needs to be in the box, receiving the ball. And at the moment, we saw today that he had to pull out wide a lot, and they nullified that wing. So, look, really disappointing. I thought it was disappointing for Chelsea, but obviously under different circumstances. And what we're seeing this year already, sorry to go on, what we're seeing this year already with Son is, again, either bags a couple of goals in a game or does nothing in a game. And there's no in between. Which one are you going to get each game? So I don't know.
And you may have given him a 5. I'm giving him a 4. Listen, and the reason why I give him a 4 because he's the leader. He's the talisman. We played with 10 men today without him. We didn't get anyone sent off, but we might as well have. He did nothing. I don't think he offered anything today. I thought he was awful. It had the hallmarks. Remember when we had all those moments with Harry Kane, everyone went, oh, Harry Kane's not in the game. But what you would see with Harry Kane is he'd go, do you know what? If I'm not in the game, I'm going to offer something somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm going to drop deep, get the ball, create. And
Son didn't do any of that for me. And if you're not in the game, and this is the difference between good players and great players. Great players will go, do you know what? I'm going to grab this game by the scruff of the neck and I'm going to try and force it. We used to have this with Harry Kane going, it's like he's trying to overplay sometimes because he's doing all he can to get in the game. I felt Son was non-existent for me, and for me, that's a 4. I don't think he was good enough today. I think I don't want to see a lot more against Villa because he's going to be needed for me. Yeah. Needed against Villa. And we'll roll on quickly to the substitutes. We had Bentancur. What did you think when he came on?
Yeah, I think Bentancur, he came in and showed some nice little touches, nice little passes, gave the ball away a little bit. But look, I'm not going to judge Bentancur at the moment. He's 10 months out injured. I'm just glad that we're seeing him. I'm just glad that he's getting minutes under his belt. But already what you can see is the quality from the moment he comes on in terms of being able to put his foot on the ball and play. Yeah. Hojbjerg, Sarr and Bissouma just don't have that.
Yeah, agreed. What did you give him a rating?
I think it's a bit harsh to give him a rating. 6, 5. I don't think he was on long enough to really make anything happen.
I agree. I would have given him a 6 as well. I thought he was okay. He came up. What he did though show is that I feel like he has to start against Villa no matter what. I think the midfield 3's got to be. It's probably going to be Sarr, Hojbjerg. I did say Sarr, Hojbjerg, Lo Celso, but I think Bentancur has to get into that team. For me, if he's going to play against Villa, I think he might have to go Sarr, Bentancur, Lo Celso probably.
I would mix it up, mate. I'd
change it up a bit.
Change it up. Look, Bissouma can't play. Get Sarr. Even if you have to go Hojbjerg, Bentancur, Lo Celso, see what they can do. Something different.
Yeah.
I think we're becoming very predictable and very stagnant in the way we go forward. I think we're becoming very, very easy.
Agreed.
I think it's only the fact that we've played some poor teams in there while we've got so many wins. Sorry.
Yeah, no, definitely. And just to sort of wrap up, because we didn't see much on, but Lo Celso came on for a few minutes. What would you say? Quick words on him.
I think Lo Celso comes on, shows some tenacity. At least he had a dig from 20 yards that was tipped over the bar. Saw a little bit more from him than we saw from the other 3 midfielders. So,
agreed.
Listen, for me, I would get him in now. I would get him in on whenever we play. I thought it was ages now.
Next weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Because next weekend's international break.
So the weekend after, I would get him in.
Yeah, agreed. I would give him a 6 as well, 6 or 7. I thought he came on and looked a little bit sharp. For me, and just we'll see because we can't really judge it. And the same really with Bryan Hill. We'll just wrap that quick one up on that as well, mate. What do you think?
Yeah, look, Bryan Hill. I don't think he had enough time on in the game. He had a couple of touches, fouled a couple of times, gave it away a couple of times. Really difficult when Bryan Hill only ever gets a few minutes here or there. Very difficult to judge him. But again, is he going to be the type of player we need? I'll be surprised if he's a Spurs player next season.
I agree. I think we need to see a little bit. We need to see more from him, but he doesn't really get an opportunity. He doesn't really come on the pitch anymore. Another one I'll give a 5 because you can't really judge it. But I think it's harsh to judge it because he only saw a few minutes.
Can we just say, to wrap all this up, by the way, we are going to finish the show in the next 5 minutes. First of all, there's been a number of goals that I want to go through just really, really quickly. In the last 5 minutes that we were doing those scores, Arsenal lost the lead and went 1-0 with Burnley with a very good goal from Burnley. Funnily enough, from a winger running at his man and crossing the ball. Mad that. And then Arsenal, 2 minutes later, went down the other end and have made it 2-1. Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. The core 8 giving Everton. They're doing well. And Man United have managed to find a way through against Luton. So it's Man United 1, Luton 0. As it stands, as we've thought, Arsenal winning and Man United winning means Spurs drop into 3rd. But with a Man U win there, it's all getting very, very tight. And if, as we think, Liverpool and Villa should win their games, and Newcastle should as well, you're going to have lots of teams all up there together. So we'll see. Anything else you wanted to say before we ended the show, mate?
No, I just want to say the last things I will say, guys. Thank you so much, guys, who have been with us from the start. By the way, we started about 11:30 in the UK, and it's now creeping into 4:30. So we've been going for a very long time. So massive, massive shout out for everyone that stayed with us, guys. I want to see if what can we do now is before the Spurs review, can we get to over 11,800? Let's do that before the Spurs review. How many away are we, Savva?
We're 22 away. We're 22 away.
Before
if everybody wouldn't
night.
mind, before you go, there it is. Look, if everyone would be so kind on their way out to do that, that would be brilliant. Look, we really do appreciate your support. Listen, I know we won't be everyone's cup of tea, but what we'll always try and do is we won't blow smoke up people's backsides, right? We're not just going to be happy clappy. We will be honest. We're not just going to say we're going to win the league for the sake of it. We will be honest. So please, if we could get maybe 5-10 people on their way out to smash that button, it really would be appreciated. Perchy, listen, thanks for your time today, man. We've done it. We've done a long one.
Yeah, no, listen, I said, yeah, it was a good one. Thank you very much, mate. I had a good time, regardless of the result. Yeah, listen, guys, we'll be here in the evening for the Spurs review, and make sure you get over there. That'll be absolutely amazing.
It's brilliant, isn't it? You ask for 5 to 10, you lose 1. Big up to everyone. Take care. Please, anybody who's nice, smash the subscribe button on your way out. Much appreciated. And Angus, just so you know, you're not top of the league. Man City have a better goal difference than you. Big up. Take care. See you later, everyone.
Bye, guys.